Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Sooner Gamescast.
We made it! We're back!
We had a pilot. They let us back in here for some reason. It's really incredible.
We don't know who let us in here.
Yeah, actually, I don't have a key.
We didn't think we'd survive episode 1.
But we're live.
We're live.
We are live for the first time ever. It is so exciting to be here with you. My name is, in case you didn't know, Joshua Toxidious.
And I'm also Josh, but you can call me Octatonic so it doesn't get too confusing. Yeah, that seems fair.
Today is such a wonderful day. Do you know what today is?
Today is Giving Day.
Giving Day, that's right. That is right. We'll let you in on a little bit more about what that is here just a little bit later on. So, because we have a very special guest for you guys that I think you'll enjoy our interview. It's going to be a little bit of a different setup today. We're going to do our team spotlight first just because today is Giving Day. And we're going to do the news afterwards. So you'll only have him here for a little bit. But after that, you know, we'll get into some news, and it's going to be awesome. We got a lot of news.
We got a lot.
It's going to be It's going to be a longer episode for you guys, for sure. The Nintendo Switch 2 Direct just happened.
Yeah, that minor little thing.
Yeah. So and luckily, because this is the week following that Direct, we have all of the backup news, and I don't want to spoil things, but it's not looking great.
We've got Treehouse streams. We've got statements from presidents of companies, and
it's not looking great.
And I'm sure it'll be entertaining to listen to.
Yeah,
though,
100%.
So that's the bright part.
But it does not fill the void within my heart that has been created over the past week.
The void in all of our hearts. I didn't want to say though, like, this is only episode 2. We're, figuring things out. We appreciate your patience, especially as this is in fact live and episode 1 was recorded. We're making that shift, which is really exciting for so many reasons. We talked a lot in the last episode about how we wanted this to be interactive. We wanted to hear from you, your questions, corrections if we ever mess up, which I'm sure will never happen.
Yeah, I don't foresee that happening,
especially
ever.
With all the facts and things we're going to say today.
I'm perfect, and that's a well-known fact.
I am sadly imperfect, but the bright part of the live element is now it's so easy to talk to you guys and to hear direct questions. We hope to, answer things as we go along. Again, this is a wonderful, beautiful experiment that I am so happy to see grow. I know you've put so much love into this.
100%. And on that, I encourage everyone in chat, anybody who's watching right now, just type. Tell us you're here. Tell us you're enjoying. Well, I guess you can't tell if you're enjoying until we get a little bit further in the show. But tell us you're here. We'd love to hear from you guys. It's just, you have no idea. I have the brightest smile on my face right now because the fact that I have the ability to be here for you guys and do this is just one of the most amazing things. This is my freshman year. This is my freshman semester. I came here in the spring, and over my time here, I have just been able to do so much in OU esports, and it's really just, it's incredible. And I'm sure you feel the same. You've been on a couple casts this year. This is your second semester, but you are also a freshman. And I gotta say the support that we have gotten from our viewers has been outstanding.
There's not that many places that have opportunities like this where, as we said, we're both in freshman year, different semesters, but in what type of place can you come in and, show enthusiasm, show you have a plan, and have an opportunity to make something like this? I don't know. When I came here, it was not something I was expecting to have so much opportunity for, which is really exciting, and I hope it is for you too, because you're so active in it. Your guys is what you think and what you say is such a huge factor as we're growing. This whole world of entertainment and esports is not old.
It's not.
No, it's just so exciting, which it brings it all together. We're very excited if you can't tell and haven't heard.
Yeah, I just want to extend out a warm thank you to everyone who watched the first episode.
Thank you.
It meant a lot to see. I'm a huge analytics guy. I love numbers. I love stats. So throughout the entirety of the time that since the last episode, I've been refreshing analytics pages and seeing all of the different stats that we've had going on. And our first episode officially, I think, is at 137 views on YouTube, and that wasn't even live. So I can't wait to see where this whole project goes. We released our first YouTube short over the last week, and it has crossed over 1,000 views, which is unreal. But I'm just so thankful to you guys for the support. I read all of the comments on the last episode, and it's just, you can see the love in the community that we have built at OU Esports. But if you really, really want to learn more about OU Esports, today is the day. That you would want to learn. Over all of our socials all day, we've been posting stuff about OU Esports, specifically our media and news division. And I would like to say that we have a very special guest for you guys today. Ray, they are the coordinator, I believe, for media and news. And they will be coming on stream to talk about Giving Day, talk about what it means to them, and talk about how you guys can take part in and help our media and news team. So real quick, before we get into the news, I'm going to bring on Ray to talk about Giving Day. If you would just be right back with us here in just after a short minute. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here joined by Ray, the coordinator for media and news. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Ray, also known as thatoneparadox. That's my gamer tag. I am a senior sustainability major here at the University of Oklahoma. And again, as Josh was saying, the coordinator of the media and news teams here. I originally started my freshman year as a news writer, and kind of just kept going up on my way up until I ended up as coordinator, not last semester, but the semester before that.
Yes, and that's something that's really special, is that there's not a lot of stories at OU Esports yet about somebody starting directly from freshman year and going out through the entire full 4-year tenure. What is that like? How has that been for you just over the years growing with this organization?
Yeah, it's been really cool getting to grow myself, but also seeing the originally organization and then into department grow. When I came, we were still a student org. We were just transitioning into department status. And it has changed so much since then in terms of the way we've been organizing things, or just the way that we are being able to grow our presence here on campus. But then when it comes to myself, it's definitely been a little weird. I never really planned on doing, journalism. It was just that, when I was kind of coming into freshman year, I was like, oh, I like writing. It might be good to maybe join some of these journalistic groups to get some good writing experience for like the resume. So I did OU Daily as a copy editor, and then I started doing articles here for SoonerEsports.org, which is the website for the OU news team. And it kind of just kept growing. And by the end of my freshman year, I was like, you know what? I really want to start committing myself to the news team here. And so I didn't continue with OU Daily, but I specifically decided not to, so I could put more of my time and effort into this team and kind of help it to continue to grow, both in terms of size, especially because at the end of my freshman year, we were all of like 2 news writers and then our news lead, being able to grow it into, a bit more of a sizable team, getting close to, 10 people on both news and media side individually now. And also just kind of helping it grow from, just kind of doing some random articles to try and be more, concerted efforts about, what are we talking about esports? What are the stories that we're wanting to highlight? And also trying to help people get the opportunity to do games keys and do more reviews that way. And kind of just showing that, like, this is something that is needed within the collegiate esports space. And, that this shouldn't just be a one-off thing. OU shouldn't be the only ones having a news team or having, a media team that is doing as much as they do. since other groups do have media teams, but they really don't do the same level that our media team does, especially all as students. Most media groups have 1 or 2 full-time employees at the collegiate level. So yeah, it's been a lot of growth, and it's been really, really exciting to see, especially preparing for this Giving Day, looking back and being like, oh, things really have changed a lot around here.
Yeah. I think there's, I find myself in a similar position where I've really kind of joined in at the very beginning of like full-on production, where we're trying to get everything that we do as a university, university esports team produced and put out to the public. And I feel like I've really kind of come in at the beginning of that. And I'm also a freshman, so I hope that I can, have just even a fifth of the same energy that you have brought to to media and news. So, but also I have a question. I just have like a general question. Over the last 4 years of your time here at OU, what would you say is your favorite project that you've tackled?
I would probably have to say it was one of my personal projects. So during my sophomore and junior years, I decided that I wanted to do some sort of Earth Day focused article, because I was originally a meteorology major, then I switched over to sustainability. So Earth Day and being able to talk about, these Earth Day focused topics within the realm of esports is something that's very important to me, because I know it's a perspective that most people aren't going to have in the esports space. So for my junior year specifically, I actually took what I was learning in class. We were talking a lot about sustainability reports and, CO2 emissions and life cycle analysis. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to take that idea and put it to like our major, console companies. So I actually sat down and I went through the latest sustainability report for Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony.
Wow.
And kind of just went through and, really tried to take it and translate it into a way that people would understand in terms of the things that they are doing that is working for sustainability, but also the things that, is not going at the pace that it should, or the things that I was like, it feels like they're kind of disguising things within sustainability reports, because that really greenwashing is such a big issue in manufacturing in general. And I feel like video game consoles and the gaming industry are not immune from that. So I thought it's very important to me to like be able to kind of show that topic, since I know that that's not what most people are thinking about when they're thinking of the term console wars. They're thinking, what's the most powerful, what's what has the best graphics and stuff like that. Not, what's made of the most sustainable materials, what's going to last me the longest. So, less things are going to the landfill. What do I do with these, game consoles, which do have all these, precious metals and, potential chemicals that can pollute the earth? What do we do with that in the end? For most people, it's probably sitting dusty on a shelf somewhere. But kind of bringing that to light, because e-waste is such a big issue. It is something that we hear about all the time, and I feel like sometimes we don't think about that when it comes to the gaming industry.
Yeah, so 100%. I agree with you. But I think we should get to why we're here today. It is Giving Day at OU. This is if I'm correct, a 24-hour push of just general fundraising for the different programs here at OU.
Yeah, so every single department and organization, including student orgs, have a fund underneath givesooner.org, and basically for these 24 hours, the entire push is to just raise as much money as possible. All this money goes through the OU Foundation, so these are tax write-off. Like you can write these donations off on your taxes, and that's why this is such a big day, to try to reach out to alumni, remake those connections, and just say, hey, remember how great it was when you were going through school? Well, these are the programs that are making an impact on us right now, and here are the ways that you can support them to then continue supporting the students today and into the future, so that they all have the same opportunities, or even more opportunities than you did. That's
awesome. I love that. I love that there's a day dedicated to that for OU. And the reason you're here is because this year we have chosen to fundraise for media and news specifically. Can you explain why we decided to go that route and what media and news? Well, we already talked about what media and news does, but how the Giving Day can help you guys.
Yeah, of course. So, kind of in short, out of all of our pillars and all of our teams right now, the media and news teams are the main ones that don't have a consistent source of, funding that they can use for, further projects and stuff like that. Our community and labs, they have the venue, our beautiful, beautiful venue next door, that, is staffed for regular hours. They have events and reservations and can work with sponsors. Our competitive teams have their e-team sponsor portals to be able to fundraise for, their trips or getting people, extra game keys and stuff like that. Production now also has an e-team sponsor portal.
We do.
We're kind of the only ones that don't have that yet. And that's just because because of legality, we are a department, not either part of an organization or supporting an organization. So we can't use e-team sponsor. But then also, we are doing quite a bit to, support all these different teams and even the things that is getting them money. So we are writing articles about the teams and putting in their e-team sponsor link. We are documenting events for community and labs, which, fulfills their sponsorship requirements and opens the door for more sponsorships in the future. So, there's definitely been a long time that we've been doing our best to try to prop everyone up. And, so now it's time for the media news teams to be able to be lifted up a little bit on their own. And there are definitely a wide range of potential things that we might end up doing with the money. So, for example, we will use some of this for potentially setting up a travel fund so that students could start going to conventions and conferences and start to be able to actually report on these things where the news is coming from. Right now, we kind of have to wait until the news comes out, and that's why we don't do a lot of that breaking news stuff, because by the time we hear about it, it's already old news. We're not, we don't have that same access that IGN or Polygon does. But we'll also look into getting some more equipment. Right now, our media team, they do have some equipment, and we have some connections to Gaylord to be able to get extra equipment as needed. But I would love for, when we're traveling to those events, or if we're traveling, with a team for one of their in-person tournaments, or even just maybe doing a couple different events on campus, being able to get a couple extra cameras for our team to be able to, support them further in their efforts. And that's really what this is all about. There might even be some more that I'm not thinking about off my head that, Kaori, our media lead, or Will, my current news lead, will think about. But it's really all about kind of, giving the students the opportunities to make the kind of content that they want, and not feel limited by, oh, well, I don't think we could do that because we don't have access to that equipment. Or, oh, I would really like to do this, but we can't get any students to go down to DreamHack down in Dallas or something like that. Being able to give more of those opportunities and really help, establish these students in the esports journalism space, even beyond just their own little bubble of, OU.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen, we actually just had a little magazine teaser come out for something that y'all are releasing, and I from looking at it, it looks incredible. The things that y'all are able to, it's such high quality, the things y'all are able to create. Now, we have chosen not to call this the Media and News Fund. This is the Solidus Fund, named after a man who predates OU esports as a concept, and if you could tell us about him, that'd be incredible. Yeah,
so Forrest Dane Sharp, also known as Solidus, he basically was the energy of the OU Gaming Club and OU Department of Esports and Co-curricular Innovation before we were even a thought in people's minds. Because, of course, even though we say, we're 8 years old here, gaming culture at OU is not 8 years old. Gaming culture is much, much older than that. And there are many people who set up the kind of culture here that we just kind of bounced off of. we didn't build, the culture of gaming is for everyone. That was already here, and we just kind of formalized it. And Forrest, he was really one of those big players. He was very influential, especially the fighting game scene here in Oklahoma. He was one of the energies that kind of helped found the Super Bit Wars, which is an annual fighting games tournament here in Oklahoma that goes between a bunch of different sites, trying to cater to everyone across the state, not just, one specific community. And he really just did a lot to support the gaming culture that was here, even before there was an official club that they could define themselves under. He got his Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology here from OU in 2007, so almost a decade before we started.
Yeah.
The OU Gaming Club started becoming a thing. But unfortunately, he did pass in 2011, which was before the first iteration of Super Bit Wars, and it was also while he was working on his master's in History of Science, which was posthumously granted to him. And in about 2018, at this point, OU Gaming was forming. They didn't even actually know who Forrest was until they were doing an event, and Super Bit Wars came back here to Norman for the first time since the event started. And they had hosted a tribute to Solidus, and that was kind of the moment where Mike, our director, had decided that this is who should be the namesake of our scholarship, even if he wasn't officially ever part of OU Gaming Club, because his energy was. His energy is what formed it, even before the students who were our founders got here.
Yes, 100%. And all of that to say, we are accepting donations for the media and news team right here, and on the screen. There is a QR code that will take you directly to the Solidus Fund. Donate. We encourage you to donate. Even just $10 is enough. Everything helps, every little bit. We are also going to post a link in the chat, and we'll have that pinned to the rest of this podcast, so that you guys can just go check it out. And if you can spare to donate, we would heavily encourage you to do that. That'd be awesome. And to give them a little feeling to donate, I looked at the magazine, and there's a little talk about a teaser for a new media outlet for OU Esports. And if you could please enlighten me as to a little bit more information about that, it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, so basically our idea is that, we have all these articles coming out now. Sometimes, especially for all of us who are putting up the articles, it can sometimes feel like too many at once. And our website is becoming definitely a little bit clunky. And so because of that, Mike and I sat down and talked about directing the two different types of energy to two different outlets. So SoonerEsports.org is not going away. But the focus of that is going to become anything that is competitive news or departmental news. That is what will remain on SoonerEsports.org. And then our idea is to move more of our kind of gaming culture, anything that is like, opinion pieces, game reviews and all that, to a separate outlet. The idea being that, one, it will kind of keep things a little bit separate, kind of speed up the website a little bit, but really more importantly, it will help us direct our energies properly. You market articles very differently for a competitive audience compared to an audience that's looking for game reviews. You can't, and after a while, it can be a little bit clunky to put those game reviews under something that says esports, because, a lot of people can sometimes get turned off from the idea of esports because they're like, well, I'm not a competitive gamer. I just play Stardew Valley and Fields of Mystery on Polya. Like, that seems too sweaty for me, especially because some esports communities are not the most welcoming of people who play all different types of games. They only want the people who are competitive. So it's kind of creating that, separated space, kinder space for the people who might, be a little bit afraid of touching esports cultures. And also I feel like kind of will solidify more of the idea that, this is something that can be done at the collegiate level. I
Yes.
kind of emphasize it a lot, and sometimes I feel like I emphasize a bit too much with the news side because media does have some other people who are doing the same thing, just maybe not as cool as our team. But news, when I say we are the only ones doing it, we are. You know, I know Boise State, they have a full-time employee that's doing it more as like a PR.
Yeah.
We are the only ones doing it as students, though.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's one of those things, though, that I feel like with that kind of thing, it's really cool, and I'm very proud to say that, but it also means that after a while, we're going to have a ceiling. You know, there's only so many perspectives that can come out of the University of Oklahoma because we all have the similarity of being from the University of Oklahoma.
Exactly.
And it's one of those things that I want more people. You know, I want to be, you know, competing against Syracuse. I want to be competing against Kansas, against Oklahoma State, against Texas. I want to be competing against those people because in quote-unquote competing, we're actually working together
Yes.
to be more of a solidified space. Because right now, if I email most, you know, game companies and I say we're a student-run, you know, news outlet,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most of them either are very confused or just straight up ignore me because this is not a space that anyone expects to see students in.
Yeah.
But the more and more students we get in here, the more we can just help each other get more of these opportunities. Mm-hmm. You know, because obviously donations are great, but a lot of things are just going to be locked behind the fact that there's no student space here. You know, we have, you know, student journalism spaces, but we don't really have it within esports journalism. Mm-hmm. And it's a completely different beast than, you know, some other forms of journalism. And, you know, so it's just one of those that trying to solidify more that this is a space that students can be in, but also, you know, that marketing point of, you know, understanding that people that are just into gaming don't always like that term to, that term to a term of esports. Mm.
Yeah, and I mean that's just like the more eyes we can get on it, the more we can spread it. Then it becomes something that, like you said, people ignore you or they don't quite understand it. It becomes something that becomes understood. Mm-hmm. It becomes something that people look at and go, oh, okay, okay, that's what this is. And I think that's so important in this stage of getting collegiate esports to, or in collegiate gaming clubs or whatever, to a higher level, right? However, we do have a new show to get to. Again, we really, really do encourage you guys to donate. It would mean a lot to us. Again, the QR code is right here, and there is a link in the description. This is not the last you're going to see of Ray today. They are going to be on live stream after this on the same channel. You don't got to go anywhere. But there'll be a little bit of a break between this stream and that stream will start at 8 o'clock. So if you want to see them play, they're playing Garden Story.
Yes.
Garden Story, and they're going to be answering all kinds of questions that you may have about Giving Day or about media and news. So if I didn't ask a question that you had to Ray, then you can ask them yourself. Mm-hmm. So please tune into that.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And I can't wait to see what you guys do.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be right back with the news. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
I know I already said it twice, but please, if you can, donate. It would mean the world to the media news team and us as well. But it's time for some news.
It's time.
Pew, pew, pew,
We
pew,
have
pew, pew,
arrived.
pew, pew, pew. There's like all kinds of noises happening that aren't in my head, but they're not happening in the stream itself.
Sure.
But
I don't believe him.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
Well, you know, I don't need some sort of Silk Song
Okay.
crazy person
All right.
judging
Whatever.
me for my mental.
Talk about the news, you monster.
Anyways, so as far as this is going to be mainly Switch 2 news. I'll be 100% honest.
Because there's so much.
There's so
much.
There's so much. But I'm sorry. I'm looking at the list of Switch 2 stuff right now, and this is going to be a great show, a fantastic show.
I want to say, Josh has seen a lot, researched a lot, pulled up great things to look at. I know practically nothing about the Direct. Like, sure, you hear like there's something happening with this company or whatever, but I have almost completely kept myself free from anything about the Direct. So you have one perspective that is very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And one perspective that, with a couple exceptions, is mostly reacting in the dark.
And you'll be reacting to news that I have literally fresh. And I cannot wait because it's not looking great. There's a lot of bad news that I'm about to share with you, unfortunately. But hopefully,
I have a
it
little
all
history lesson
works
to give.
itself out. Yes. Yeah, you do have a little I have asked you to you are aware of what's going on, and I've asked you to do research. But we'll start with just talking about it generally, right?
Yeah.
The release date for the Switch 2 is going to be June 5th, 2025.
June 5th, 2025. So very soon.
So very soon. The cost for now is $450.
It's like in a game where it says like this character will remember
it's
it.
Chekhov's gun.
It's just like, keep that in mind for now.
Yeah, it is a surprise tool that will help us later. But yeah,
and there's a fun that there are no pre-orders.
Yes.
In North America.
In North America entirely.
Yeah.
Before
else
today,
it's whatever.
Before today, it was just the U.S. As of today, they have added Canada to the pre-order delay, which we will get to.
It's a fun surprise.
Well, I mean, we can get to it now, really.
Yeah.
The Nintendo of America has made an announcement, or I guess Nintendo of Japan has made an all of Nintendo has
all
made
of Nintendo. They all did it.
They all made an announcement about pre-orders in North America now have been delayed as they dive into how to approach the tariffs. And all we're going to do is we're just going to explain to you what a tariff is if you do not know, and how that might affect the Switch in the future. And I have Joshua here to relay that information.
Yeah, I've done my research. I'm going to reiterate that I am not an expert. I play video games and do other things sometimes, but I'm not here to make like a political speech or anything. It's a mechanic that a government use. So I'm going to explain what a tariff does and specifically what's affecting the Nintendo Switch 2 prices and other consoles.
Yes.
Because you can't separate, economy and everything.
Yes.
But I am not here to blast anything. This is just as much fact as I can muster. We talked about it a little bit. Nintendo dropped at $450. There has never been a piece of Nintendo hardware that expensive.
Yes.
And I didn't know that, how much. Like $300 is about where everything is peaked.
Yeah.
You got the OLED that dipped up a little bit, but they don't break that. Even with technology advancing, since early days, they don't pass that. So that's a huge deal that they're like $150 above where they usually target.
And that's base price.
And since forever, the early 2000s, when we were born, and probably most of you,
the early 2000s, that was when the world started. That is forever.
That's when everything began.
That's when everything began, and I don't believe that anybody that was born before that is real.
No, I'm pretty sure. The games were capped at about $60, give or take, until about a couple years ago. They started to push that to $70, and people were like, they pushed to $70, but surely we're not going to push that anymore.
Yeah, and that even had people like, I'm not buying The Last of Us. I'm not buying The Last of Us 2
there's
because
games that I would have loved to play, but I didn't.
It should never be $70 for a video game, and
Ooh.
we're
So
getting
the
to
really
a
exciting
territory.
part is we're pushing $80.
Yes.
$80
$80 for I would like to make it clear that it's $70 for regular Nintendo Switch games, but for Nintendo's flagship titles,
yes,
the
Mario Karts,
the Mario Karts, the Smash Brothers, the
Donkey Kong,
like that.
Yeah,
that's all going. That is currently slated to be at $80, as far as the news that I have been able to research.
Yes, which is a lot, and especially to push that high had a huge backlash. I don't know if you saw that. I don't usually watch chat and like Treehouse streams and things like that. The chat was filled with drop the price. Literally, you would just scroll, and probably 95% of the chat was drop the price. And I don't think any PR manager anywhere wants to be hearing that screamed at them constantly.
Yeah.
When the Switch 1 is the third highest selling console of all time.
Yes.
And they're like, we're optimistic that the Switch 2 can reach and maybe surpass those sales. We're in tricky ground for that.
Yes.
Which leads us to why? Why is Nintendo doing all this? Surely they don't just hate everybody and everything, or some grumpy CEO was like, screw everybody. There's this beautiful concept, and it's important because even literally Nintendo has talked about it, like staff.
Yes.
Of tariffs. I'm sure you've heard of them constantly in the news. I mean, they're getting blasted. But staff at Nintendo literally talked about tariffs, and Nintendo is one of the most passive companies when it comes to politics ever.
Yes.
They do not discuss it. They don't touch it ever. And they literally, when asked about the price, were like, hey, because of issues in the North American economy and uncertain tariffs, we are going to have to delay confirmed price drops and pre-orders in North America. So they were very specific.
Yes.
So what's going on there? Very quickly, the summary of what a tariff is, because it's such a thrown around term.
Yeah.
Literally all it is let's say the U.S. puts a tariff on France for steel, a 20% tariff. That means when an American company buys steel from France, they have to pay a 20% increase. It's not the French companies. That's not how it works. It's the American companies have to pay it. And what do companies do? Do I eat it all out of the goodness of my heart and keep prices the same? Or do I make prices 20% higher? Almost every company ever is always going to raise prices.
Yes.
That's how it
It's
works.
just business.
Right. And tariffs are a tool mostly used in wartime or in conflicts to, put pressure on countries like, hey, we want you to use American companies, so it's expensive to get things from other countries.
Yes.
It's an economic tool at its very base to make American companies use American products.
Yes.
It gets a little tricky when you get to things like technology or gaming. I mean, we get so many of our materials from China, and those tariffs are pretty high. So how does this connect to Nintendo? In this administration, there has been a lot of new tariffs. A lot of new tariffs on everybody. And the funny thing is Nintendo actually was trying to avoid tariffs because they were switching their production to other countries, not China, because, it's tricky with China. And the U.S., the day after the Nintendo Switch 2 drop, unveiled tariffs on almost every country in the world, including ones on Vietnam and Japan, which is why they're so terrified about the prices.
Yes.
Because suddenly, if Walmart is purchasing 1 million Switches, they have to pay an extra 30% on a lot of those materials. So you can see where, so much chaos in this mix.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to keep... Gaming is its own world for me. I never think of gaming as this, gaming is a special thing to me. So I always hate when everything gets mixed up.
Yeah.
But it's just a fact that your price might be changed. And to kind of wrap that up, because that's about the long and short of it, is the reason they're being so cautious is they don't know if there's going to be more. Literally day after drop, they got more. So you see where some of that confusion comes from. You've got your Microsofts, you've got your other places getting, terrified of oh, is the country that I get all my stuff from about to get hit with new stuff?
Yeah.
So that's why these YouTube channels are getting spammed with drop the price, why Nintendo is being super careful. And it's just something to keep in mind. It's such a huge factor because it's out of the control of so many of these companies. Just something to keep in mind as we talk about these prices. We are trying to bring you gaming news, and this is pretty big impacting news. I mean, this is just your day-to-day life, and it's a little unfortunate to talk about And most of the rest of the news we have is way more fun stuff.
Way more fun stuff. Even though it may be disappointing, it's not
Yes.
as boring as
Yeah, it's just
tariffs.
like, you didn't know you were getting a government lesson today.
Yeah, and then
That's why people come to the Sooner
exactly.
Gamecast.
They got out of class today. They got out of government class, and they're like, "Oh boy,
I
I
want to
can't wait
learn
for
about
more."
tariffs today. That's
so-
really exciting.
but
Yeah,
I
I
would
see
like-
all the U's in the chat. Everyone's really excited to learn about it.
Yes, everyone's really excited to learn about it.
God.
But I would like
Goodness.
to also add that today Nintendo Switch released a statement. Not Nintendo Switch. Nintendo released a statement where they quite literally said that they know that some people are not going to be able to afford.
Which
the
is
Nintendo Switch 2.
crazy for a company,
To say. And they said that, and their only response to that concept was that is why we are leaving the Switch 1.
Yeah.
I
saw that.
Yeah, it is still able to purchase the Switch 1, and that is an official statement from
Yes.
Nintendo.
They're literally like, if you're too poor, you can have the old model. And I'm like, I'm holding my OLED, and I'm like, screw you, Nintendo. I'm gonna use my OLED.
But that's we're gonna have a lot of Nintendo oopsies throughout this
Which
this
usually
show.
they're so good about avoiding PR issues.
And they have just had nothing but PR issues the entire week.
Lordy.
But moving on, we're gonna actually go in. We're gonna actually deep dive into the direct now.
Yes.
Starting off, we have a video here that is all of the specs that you'll expect for the new official hardware of the Nintendo Switch. So if you could pull that up, Jamie, that'd be incredible. Thank you so much.
And I and we can't pretend that these aren't factors as well. If it's got a nicer screen,
Yeah.
materials go up. You're gonna pay more, but. Well, we're going to see. We're going to see because they talk about a lot of the specifics, which some of them are very cool.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same.
They are marketing HD.
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
That is, better screen, bigger screen. That is nice.
The screen supports up to
120 frames per second is wild.
It's also on a handheld, so it's it's less necessary than a huge monitor, but it makes a humongous difference.
Yeah, 1080p 120 is insane. I believe the OLED had 1080p 60, and that's already double. Meanwhile, I don't mean to throw any shade at any other company, but the PS4 Pro, well, no, I don't want to say that. The PS5 to PS5 Pro change was very minimal. And in a world where that's kind of become the norm, where people don't really expect good stuff from new consoles, really, where do you see that something doubles in capability?
And to even tie this in on a personal note, I ranked up a full 3 ranks in Rocket League when I upped my frame rate to 144. That's a true story. I went from Diamond 1 to Champ 1 in 2 weeks when I upgraded my screen. So this is pretty cool.
Okay, well, hold on.
Sorry.
I don't. You
Not
just
to get specific
You
or
just
anything.
use this as a capability to show off that you.
Please put me on the
esports
esports team. Please put me on the esports team. I could play. Put me in coach. Real Albedo, I hope you're there. Please.
Yeah, don't you act like that was in relation to what we were talking about. You
What?
just want-
No, it's anyway.
Okay, hit play again. We can continue. We got to go a little bit faster because we got a lot to go over.
Yes, so
120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
They had to explain what frames were to the viewers.
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
that is nice.
Yeah, 100%. Now this is something that they're
The
doing.
all-new
I
Joy-Con
can
2
pause
controllers connect magnetically. Strong
Again,
magnets
as I
keep the
said, I'm going into this mostly blind. I did not know it was magnetic, and
Yeah.
I like that because I can never get the.
Well, it's also because kids. I mean, obviously Nintendo markets
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
towards children. They would jam the Joy-Cons in the
Yeah.
wrong sides, and it would just cause damage to the overall console.
No,
itself.
I've had to replace mine,
Yeah.
and I'm a grown man.
Yeah, so
I shouldn't have admitted that.
yeah, I don't know
live
why
stream.
you said that.
Cut
live.
that out, Jamie. Cut it out.
We're
please.
live. There is no cutting
Cut
it out. There's no cutting it out. This is live now.
I mean,
So now you have to
I've
live with the
never
shame.
replaced a Joy-Con. Are you crazy?
Yeah, if you did, it'd be for drift, right? By the way,
yes, drift. Totally.
We'll get to that too.
We're getting.
Let's continue.
The controller's firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back. The SL and SR buttons are
I
bigger
do.
for
What do you
greater
mean you don't
comfort
want
and control
What do you mean
when
you
playing
don't
with a
want- that's
Joy-Con
huge.
2 held horizontally.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was saying on the go.
No, that's huge. I was like, what are you
No,
talking
because
about?
I have lost
The
in
left
Mario
and right
Kart games
sticks
because
are now
it's
larger.
Impossible to touch.
Yeah.
Okay, I take back my horrible opinion.
Now this
Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse
So you
to
can
play
use
with
the Joy-Con
compatible
as a
games.
mouse.
Both the left
this a
and right
joke?
Joy-Con
No,
2
this
support
is
mouse
something that you
controls.
can officially do, which we'll get more into that later as well.
By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges,
I mean, this is cool,
sounds
but
from the built-in
gonna get
speakers
back
are
to that.
clearer
Okay, we're gonna
and
get
more
back to that
natural
mouse.
Yeah,
than
we'll get back to the
handheld
mouse.
and
That's freaky
Yeah.
as heck.
Later on, we'll get into the mouse thing.
Yeah, we
So
can.
we can keep
tabletop modes.
Okay, audio.
But
Built-in.
It has a
mic?
built-in
yeah,
microphone,
this is kind of a
so
spoiler.
you can voice chat with
that you haven't
friends
seen,
anytime
but,
via
we'll
Gamechat.
actually pause it here. Actually, I want to pause it here.
What?
Let's go back to host. That was a little bit of a spoiler for you, but there was a little something there.
You've
that
been
I'm sure
holding out on me.
I've been holding out
You've
on
been
you.
keeping the good stuff.
Well, I've been keeping all the good stuff. But first, let's look a little bit more into the specs. I have a quote here. I guess not really a quote, but just like via IGN released a report.
Sure.
I believe today or yesterday, where the senior director at Nintendo's Entertainment. Sorry, I'm gonna actually read this because it's a long. The senior director at Nintendo's Entertainment Planning and Development Programming Management Group, Takuhiro Dota, confirmed that the Switch is going to use ray tracing.
Ray
and DLSS.
tracing?
Yeah, ray tracing and DLSS. However, they are being very, very vague with how they are talking about using it.
They're saying that like they can use it, but it's not gonna be like. It's only if a developer wants to.
Yes, exactly. So he mentioned that it is a tool that software developers could use, but did not give any specifics on how it could be used for the console.
All right.
But we do know that it is going to be possible. And I mean, if that is used that is huge.
Oh, I mean, ray tracing is a humongous tool developers use to like get those hyper realistic looks, or even in simpler games, that's humongous for getting like high quality graphics without absolutely crashing your frame rate.
Yeah.
I mean, the Switch 1 did not have any of the hardware needed to really make that happen. So that's big. And that also makes ports easier.
Yeah, it does.
Lots of games could get ported over, but yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Okay. Next, we have what we just got a little teaser for. It is another video that we have. Could you pull the next video up, please? That is going to go over an entirely new system, an entirely new feature to the Nintendo Switch 2 thing that we've never seen before from Nintendo.
All right. Okay, let's see.
Let's go ahead and play on.
Let's see what's happening here.
Next, we'd like to introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2. These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. They look clean.
And on the right
I do
Joy-Con
really
2,
like the color of this color scheme.
we've added a new C button.
Yes, the C button.
Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
What does the C button?
Okay. We're about to find out what this new C button does.
Okay. Oh, no need to call her out like that.
Out of all of you guys.
Game alone. Oh.
That was you.
This is like a whole
So
narrative.
quick.
Yes, so as you can see, there's a sort of Discord-esque
Wait, no.
Discord-esque thing here.
Nix, I'm coming for you.
No, I'm about to get
Come on, no.
Introducing Gamechat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Let's watch. Let's watch. Let's let it go through its course before we talk more about it.
Hi,
'cause,
missed you.
With this feature,
It's
you'll
interesting.
be
There's a
able
lot
to
of interesting
communicate
things
with
that,
friends
you'll
and
see
family
throughout the
while
entirety
playing a
of this,
game.
This little
Should we
announcement.
follow you? Yeah?
Yeah, follow
Okay.
me. For an adventure.
They're playing Breath of the Wild. And
While using the Gamechat feature, Your voice is recognized by a
there is
microphone
as you
built
saw,
into the
there's a
system.
built-in microphone,
Okay, but you're still behind me, right?
which
Alright, let's keep
supposedly
going,
is supposed
okay.
to cleanly
It can
collect
pick up
audio
your
from
speaking
across
voice
the room.
clearly,
buy it.
even from a
No,
distance.
wait until you hear the next
Jump on
part.
here. All right, let's keep going. Let's make a left
It's supposed
right
to
here.
have
Let's make
good
When
enough
it's
noise
noisy around
suppression.
you, your voice
I
will still
always
come through
blend when I'm
clearly,
playing
letting
video
you chat
games.
with
This is
ease.
life
How'd you get
changing.
hit by
Yeah,
a
the only time I
bubble?
ever make smoothies is when I'm
Okay,
playing
guys,
on
It does
Gamechat.
look beautiful. It's okay.
And you can use this feature in
He has
handheld
a
mode too,
blender in there.
letting you easily
Somebody
chat
stop
with
him.
friends and family.
Just in case that's not allowed.
If you
that was
open
a
the
joke.
chat
Yeah, I do not
menu
have this in
and
there.
turn on game screen sharing,
Now, this is,
Good job,
I would
good
just
job.
watch.
There we go. There we go.
you can also share your game screen.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Can do it?
You guys, I just did it.
I want to do it too.
Oh shoot! Oh! Ooh! Oh, he's trying to eat me. He's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it.
It doesn't look great. It doesn't look great at all. That's at about 15 frames a second.
You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard,
That's
right?
like when I tried to play video games
Oh
on
wow!
my old
I'm like
Mac.
in the sky right here. I'm like, I fell. I'm falling. Okay, we got it. We're safe.
Kirby, look, you're a star.
It
It's
just
so
looks
cute.
so bad.
So cute.
And some people like playing at 15
You can
frames.
adjust the size of your game screen.
There's a community for everything.
The stop motion community.
Guys.
They love playing games.
Claymation community. This is a huge win for the claymation community.
Now,
Or expand another friend's game screen.
it does not get better.
Oh,
that's lower.
To your left.
It just gets worse.
It's
It's
just
like
wall. Like,
five.
she gets
Wait,
past
let
the
me count.
wall.
This is where
1,
I
2, 3,
have
4,
to
5,
be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was like 8
Everyone
probably.
can watch them play.
At the most,
I know where you
8.
are.
I'm really good at guessing frame rates.
Okay, I think we have to
together.
try.
Welcome. Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Let's take a picture here.
Okay, are you ready?
Smile.
They're doing photo mode
Oh,
together.
yo, that's
it's
sick.
I like your
cute stuff, I
pose
guess.
On the right
Now,
Joy-Con 2 controller,
here we
there's
go.
an additional button.
Okay.
With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, dang.
A really Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back, yeah?
But he's taking business calls during.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself
Sorry, guys,
and
my
more.
middle manager's trying to.
And there's this.
So the
By
Nintendo
connecting
Switch
this
2
camera to the system,
is new as well.
The pixel lamp.
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Hi, how's everyone
It doesn't
doing?
look great
Good?
either.
you can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game.
Most people play on like handheld or at weird angles. So do I want to be staring at my buddy
Here's how it
Alex's
looks
face
with
while
just
he-
the camera.
And imagine I did the whole podcast like this. I'm like, this is a great angle, guys. Love this.
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
Even in the examples, she's at looking off to the side.
Yeah.
One girl's
No,
looking.
no, wait. Go left, go left. Left, left. Okay.
It doesn't look fantastic.
I'm sure it'll be fun. It's just janky.
Using Gamechat,
Yeah, I hope that
giving
they-
a lot of
even
hope
when
that
you're
it's just
apart,
dated.
you can
hope
play
they update
games
it
and
and make
hang
it a little
out
bit
as if you were
smoother.
together in the same room.
Because
Play
as of
together,
right now, I do not
or
enjoy it.
compete in online multiplayer games.
For only thing we've seen from Splatoon in like 2 years, by the way.
Chat while playing your personal favorites.
Forgot that game existed.
Decide your own rules
I mean, that's
for
the
a
only game
retro
the frame
game
rate's probably not
competition,
gonna hurt you too much.
or hold a sports competition between families.
Yeah.
All together,
I
anytime,
genuinely, I think it's a
anywhere.
great concept. And
Game
if
chat.
done well, that's awesome.
Now pause that. Pause that right there.
Pause it.
If you could go back, actually, to that frame. Just yeah. Go back to that ending frame that it is, or it showed the game chat pop up. And I wanna point out something in the right here. I wanna point out something at the bottom.
Brother.
Yes. So the concept of game chat entirely requires Nintendo Switch Online.
They've been trying to get me to get Nintendo Online for years, and I never have. You're not gonna get me this time,
Now,
Nintendo.
this is standard, I'd say. You know, you got PlayStation,
it's normal.
PlayStation requiring it. You've got Xbox, I'm pretty sure requires it. However, this is a bit of a special case because if you do not have Nintendo Switch Online, that renders the C button on the Joy-Con completely useless.
Oh no! It could be a stress relief button.
I guess.
Like
yeah.
you lost, and you're just like, I'm gonna chat it up with my.
Welcome, Moog. Hey, it's good to see you.
Goodness gracious, yeah. Oh, a useless button? And it's not like even PC where it's like, oh, I'm going to mod my 7th millionth mouse button to open my Spotify in the background.
Yeah, you can't even repurpose it.
It's literally useless.
It's literally, if you do not have a Nintendo Switch Online membership, it is essentially just a button, a heavily marketed button, I might add,
very heavily
onto the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con that is useless.
Oh, goodness. Get me away from this game chat. I want to see games. I've heard enough about useless buttons.
Oh, you want to see games?
Yeah, I always want to see games.
You want to see
Josh,
games?
You know this? Show me the games.
Let's pull up the next video, Jamie.
Okay.
Let's pull up the next
Again,
video.
I am along for the ride. This is mildly terrifying. I don't know what the next link is going to be. All right.
And you definitely don't know because we are pulling this directly from the direction, so you don't even know what this is yet. However, you could probably take a guess as we start to zoom out into the shot.
Well, surely it's...
Pause it.
Are you going to make me guess?
No, Moog just said to make it mappable and have it be a custom button.
No, see, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I'm saying if I could mod my chat button to be like, great, 2 McDoubles on the fly. Awesome. I have a problem with McDoubles. Just clarifying. I love them so much. But that'd be great. But no, it's just there to click. And what I play on the Switch mostly by myself. So I'm just constantly reminded that I'm not gaming with friends. I'm playing Hollow Knight for the 5 millionth time, and I'm like, oh great, I love this boss fight, I love this game, and I'm like, what's this button? Oh, then you don't have friends button.
You know, I can imagine you accidentally click it. I bet you it interrupts even if you don't have it. So
if it's like, hey, I'm sorry, you can't play with your friends.
I imagine it comes up and it's like, sorry, you must have a Nintendo Switch Online membership every time you press the button.
If they do that, I will lose it. If it's like actually like, that'd be tough.
Also, someone in chat did just point out that that's 2 episodes in a row that you have mentioned McDoubles.
Is it? Yeah. I'd like to apologize for... We're not sponsored by them, are we? McDonald's, please sponsor me. I love
McDonald's doesn't sponsor this podcast, but they do sponsor Sooner Dojo.
So they should also sponsor this, because as you can tell, I'm a big fan. Can I put a McDouble right there? Anyway,
no, we cannot put a McDouble right there.
We'll talk about it later. Don't worry. I'll figure this out. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, back into the game.
Surely, yeah, okay.
Let's go.
Okay, Mario Kart. Cool. It looks like a fun map.
No, I'm actually pretty excited for this.
That's a lot of players.
24, actually. 24 players.
Somehow I get hit by 20 shells even when I'm playing with 3 friends. And you expect me to have a good time while 23 people are trying to kill me?
So let's just watch this. There's a couple of planes.
That's cool.
And we're about to get to one that has been, unless we already missed it, I'm not 100% sure.
Holy.
But you're about to see the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life. Maybe. Maybe not, maybe.
It looks good.
Yeah, okay.
Oh!
No, it's not it.
No, I'm just psyched that...
Dude, check this out.
What?
It's a cow! It's a cow!
Yes! Oh, God! Because that's what everyone's been asking for in the new Mario Kart. Cows!
That's sick.
What is that?
That's awesome. You can drive a semi-truck.
He ate a burger, hopped in a truck, grinded on a rail.
A McDouble, if you will.
Changed his center of gravity. That's a lot to throw at me in the last... And then to do an air raid at the end.
And watch.
World.
Mario Kart World. Now it's not over yet. They're going to give a deeper dive, I believe, here in just a moment. Our friends are about to come up and talk to us.
They look fancy.
Yeah, they do.
And I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct.
Okay.
I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
You better explain the skateboarding.
Takahiro Dota.
I want answers.
Hey, there's Takahiro Dota. We talked about him earlier.
Love that guy.
I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo
Good
Switch
fit.
2.
Glasses look nice.
Yes.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World.
Okay.
Launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, wow.
Now,
only on
what do you
wow,
think this
only on
brand new
Switch 2.
Mario Kart
Crazy
game will be
surprise.
So now we're gonna get a little bit more info into it.
Okay. I like the planes.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on
The
the Nintendo
physics
Switch
look
2 system.
weird.
Welcome to
It's a
this vast
completely
world.
different physics system.
Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Whoa.
So they're doing like.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere
So they're doing like
will
a Forza
change.
Horizon thing.
This is so not Mario Kart of them to do. I'm not saying I'm interested.
You can go
It's
off
just
the
they're
racetrack
doing
and
a
drive
lot of
virtually
things.
everywhere
What?
in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Not like you instantly slow down.
In the Classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place.
Okay. Classic stuff.
But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sick.
With
Yeah.
24
That's actually
drivers
sick
in each
because
race.
then I'll literally
The
be
most
taunting my
series
friends
in
while I'm like, I'm
the
already at the
competition
starting
is-
line. Where are you?
Introducing Knockout Tour.
So whenever I watch this, I consider it like a
Race
Fall
nonstop
Guys-esque
from
thing.
one corner
What
of
we're
the
about to
world
see.
to another.
Oh, yeah, no, like the open world kind of. You're kind of running. Not open world.
No,
but-
not
There
yeah.
are multiple checkpoints
It'll
along
it'll
the way.
explain it. So you'll hit these checkpoints, right?
If you're below
Okay.
the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
make it all the way to the
interesting.
finish line,
Can you imagine? You're at the beginning of the race and you're like, no! And you're like one spot away and you get hit with a shell.
This game's gonna ruin friendships, as Mario Kart always does.
Oh
By
my.
going off-road,
That's
you can
crazy.
explore new
My
areas
when
and
my
life.
grandfather plays this game
So
with me,
drive
he's gonna have a
wherever your
horrible
heart
time.
takes you.
He's not gonna get to race at all.
You can also
There
go
are-
for
what?
scenic drives with friends.
Yeah, I can actually never get my
Even
dad to
take
play like
photos
video
together
games
at
against me
different
anymore because I beat
locations.
him every time.
Sounds like he needs to put a little more effort in. He definitely isn't in the chat. I'm sure he didn't hear that. But maybe a little practice, a little bit of improvement, a little bit of hitting that C button to talk to your friends, and I think you have what it takes.
You
know?
mean hitting that C button to order a McDouble?
Sorry, after you order the McDouble, go find some friends.
Yeah, so we'll pause it. Go ahead,
Mario
pause it.
Kart World Direct.
Okay.
So be on the look.
We will go ahead and there's another direct on the 17th, and
Okay.
there will be more. The episode for that week, we'll talk about it.
Don't worry, guys. I know you are all panicking, wondering how you're going to learn about it. We got you. It's no problem.
Yeah,
honestly.
Because clearly, as we live in a world, there is no way whatsoever for you to get news other than the Sooner Gamescast.
Yeah. Well, I think with a little bit of research.
What?
Yes.
I failed.
What'd you fail?
I was supposed to grab some clips. I can't. So I need you guys to tell me about Giving Day a little bit. Just give us a brief.
We're doing Giving Day.
Okay,
For the people
1 second.
who don't see the whole world, we are spreading the wealth and knowledge of Giving Day, helping other people learn. So, if you'll give us this one brief moment to help inform the greater world about these developments. Do it.
Okay. So Giving Day is a 24-hour push of fundraising for organizations across the University of Oklahoma. This year, we have decided to focus our fundraising capabilities on the media and news team for OUEsports and the OU Gaming Club, and we have decided to name our fund the Solidus Fund, named after a gentleman who predates OUEsports as a concept.
I have to. I'm gonna post this and I'll let you keep going.
Okay.
I got cut. Yeah, so I got cut.
God,
off, so
it's
you can
it's
continue.
such a hard burden
No,
teaching the world about these
there's a lot,
wonderful
there's a lot,
things.
so
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Where did we leave off? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, I ran out of time. We'll continue with the Solidus Fund.
Okay, so the Solidus Fund is named after a gentleman who predates OUEsports as it stands today. Though, while he was never able to be a part of OUEsports, his beliefs and his ideals live on through the program. He was a shining star for gaming at the University of Oklahoma before any of us got here, and he has passed, unfortunately, and we were never able to meet him. But I'm sure that he would be very proud to see where the university has come. If you'd like to donate to the media and news team, there is a link. I think you go to givesooner.org and look up the Solidus Fund. You can find the donation portal to donate to our media news team.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Okay.
There's just so much knowledge pouring out of this man.
All right, now tell me a little bit about this podcast that you have going on here.
Well, we're live right now on twitch.tv/OUEsports.
OUEsports.
We have been invaded.
Hostile takeover.
This is a podcast called the Sooner Gamescast, where we bring the nerdy news you need to know about to the University of Oklahoma. We will talk about esports results, everything, every news thing that comes out about gaming in general. Right now we are covering the Switch 2 Direct. So if you are interested in gaming at all, be sure to tune in. I guess this is also getting announced on the stream itself, but after this episode, we will be going live on the OU Gaming Club Twitch channel, and all podcasts will be posted on the OU Gaming Club YouTube channel after the release. So
awesome.
All right, I'm sorry for interrupting. Get back to your live session, but we gotta get this Gaming Day shout out. So thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you so much.
We were just, helping, giving some more material content, spreading the word, the wonderful word. I do want to say directly to you guys what I don't know how well it was picked up, but future episodes of this cast are going to be streamed on the OU Gaming Club channel. So not specifically on the one we're currently on, but there'll be a separate one, so you know exactly what you're getting. And on the OU Gaming Club YouTube channel, that's where things are being posted. I think we'll get right back into it.
Yes. I don't even remember where we were at.
Just we're so extremely popular that everybody wants a piece.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been barged in on and had a camera shoved in my face.
Is this what being famous is like?
Yes.
Moog, is this what it's like?
Yes. What Anita has said in the chat. Please go to OU Esports on all of our social medias and share our content. We have posted
spread the love.
Several marketing pushes for OU Giving Day, and if you could share all of those as if possible, I would greatly appreciate that. Yeah. But where were we? What can you rewind to this? What?
We were getting to the good old Mario Kart.
What specifically about Mario Kart? Yes, the Direct.
Yes.
We'll be back.
Yes.
The news cannot be found anywhere else.
On that OU Gaming Club Twitch channel.
Yes. After this. Was it like being a suspect? Maybe a little bit of both.
This is like breaking the fifth wall. It's like we broke a wall that you can't even see, which is insane. God. That's hilarious.
Anyways,
there's another. Yeah, I think if we can, there's another game that's being a Nintendo exclusive that looks very interesting. If we want to talk about Donkey Kong Bonanza,
Donkey Kong Bananas.
See, I'm not entirely sure if he's correct or am I correct.
No, it's Bonanza.
Okay. I'm like 90% sure.
I don't mean to spread disinformation. Let's pull up that as well.
Donkey Kong. All right.
And this one looks really good too.
I like that. That's a good shot. Okay. It's so peaceful. This is nice. This is really nice.
It is a little serene, isn't it?
I'm sure it's a very calming game where everything is respected. Where flowers can grow. Trees can blossom. This is something special. Oh, and then industry?
Yeah.
And then industry? Is this like screw capitalists? Uh-oh.
Oh, that's them breaking the fifth wall.
They broke through the fifth wall. No.
It's Donkey Kong.
It's the big boy himself.
No, this looks great.
This looks fire. Hey, go big man, go.
It's Mario Odyssey-esque. That's what I get from it.
This looks...
Which I guess is just the concept of a 3D platformer. I don't know if calling it Odyssey-esque really means anything.
This
but there's
is
terraforming,
so cool.
Which I said while I watched it live on the day it happened.
It's like the finals, where like the map is just your playground.
That is true. I wasn't thinking of the finals. I was just thinking that if I get my hands on this game, all I'm going to do every level is just break everything I can.
No, do you think there will be an achievement which is just destroy
the
everything?
Entire map, probably.
Once you have deleted the map, you get 1 extra gold coin.
This just looks so cool, man.
Worth $90.
There's 2D too.
Oh,
I actually didn't see that whenever I first watched this.
I'm sure it'll be worth the $150 price tag. Oh, what? Hey!
This looks bananas.
What we've all been
This just
waiting
in. There
for.
will be bananas in the Donkey Kong game.
This
in case you were worried.
breaking news.
In case you were worried. Oh
No!
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 Oh no! Oh no!
We need to get a speedrunner on this. Somebody who can handle it. Who's your best gamer?
Point Crow.
Send Point Crow in on this.
Small Ant, somebody get over here. We need you.
That's fire.
Yeah, that looks really great.
I'm actually very psyched for that. Like the Marvel end credits scene.
July 17th, which is about a month after the release of the. You can pause it now.
That's very exciting.
After about a month after release of the Switch 2 itself.
Maybe everyone won't be super mad about everything anymore, and we'll all settle down. And
Probably not.
Eat bananas and
Everyone,
destroy
there's
things.
always somebody angry somewhere. So I would never.
That can't be the case.
I would never hope.
I'm sure everyone is happy at one point in time.
Speaking of angry.
Yeah. Nothing good ever follows. Speaking of angry.
Do you remember back when the PS5 first released and they had Astro's Playroom?
Yeah.
It was a tech demo to show off the new functions of the controller of the PS5 itself.
Sure.
Well, Nintendo is doing the same thing.
Okay.
But there's a bit of an issue with it, and we'll get to that after we watch what it looks like.
This is very fun.
And we're going to spend a little bit less time on this just because we need to start getting things moving on. But
as we said, there's so much news.
There's so much.
So much. It's hard living in such an interesting world.
Hello. My current location is actually inside the game itself.
The camera is looking down at him.
Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour. Exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay.
So it's isometric.
Standing over here. Okay, everyone, join me inside the game.
So it's just like, there's a lot of things that you can go look at to learn more about the console itself.
Yeah. Interesting.
And that's really all we need to see. That's all it really shows. If you could pause it now.
Okay, so it's just like you're literally learning more about the system, like in a gamified way?
And now, how would you expect that would be priced?
I'm hoping it's low. I mean, I can Google what the magnets on my Switch do. Surely like $20 at the most.
You expect that's crazy to me.
I would hope for like $5.
I would hope it's free.
Yeah.
You
just said price, so I'm expecting money.
Astro's Playroom was free.
Yeah, I would hope reasonably $5. Nintendo can do crazy stuff, so I would hope I'd hope 5 would be a cap. Yeah, I think 5 would be a good cap.
It's $10, as officially announced today for a tech demo. Yes.
That's like me saying I downloaded a game engine. You should pay me $20 to look at it. It's like it's gonna be great. Trust me, bro.
Now I'm unhappy about it because one, I enjoyed the free tech demo of Astrobot so much that I bought the actual full video game later on.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I just looking at the trailer itself, it does not look incredible. There will be like mini games and stuff in it that you can play, and that's about it. That's all we've seen. However, the vice president of player and product experience for Nintendo of America, Bill Trennan, has said and promised even, that there is more in the game than the trailer shows.
That sounds like developers haven't hit their deadline and he needs to cover.
Yeah.
But that's my cynicism bleeding through. Like, if you have something cool, you're gonna show a sneak peek.
Yeah.
At least, like, a couple seconds of, like, really cool thing. I don't know. I'm sure there's other stuff there.
But maybe not worth being.
Charging $10 and...
Because Astro's Playroom was a phenomenal.
Yeah, it was sick.
It was
so
a
cool.
very well-made platformer. Genuinely well-made platformer that was just free. It was included with the console itself.
Yeah.
And I think it's a huge misstep to not do the same thing here.
Yeah, especially if... I mean, it's a demo. The point is to get eyes on it. The point is getting people to sample it to, like, that they know about it.
Yes.
It's spreading awareness. It's spreading, just gameplay and stuff like that. And putting a price tag on a demo is just such a funny sentence to say out loud. Like, imagine they're at a board meeting and they're like, guys, listen. I'm going to put a $10 price tag on the demo and people are going to love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems just like a misstep.
I can't tell if that's Rec-OS or Rec-05 in the chat, but said that they got more information about the welcome tour from journalists than they did the direct itself.
Oh, my Lord. Well said. Well put.
But I have another thing that we're going to show, if you could go to the next video.
Oh, goodness gracious. So much to learn, so much to see, so much to process.
Next, here are some games from our publishing and development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay. Cool.
No, I think you're going to like this one. I think you're going to like this one a lot.
Some good games? Oh! Oh! On Switch 2?
Yes.
That is interesting. That's really cool. I am a humongous Souls-like gamer. That is really awesome that that's coming to Switch, actually.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
I played the Dark Souls Remastered port to Switch, and there was a lot of porting issues, so I hope they've fixed it. I'm sure they will, because Elden Ring's such a huge game.
Well, with the PR that Nintendo's had lately,
they can't take any more L's. That is really cool.
I do think it's really funny, and I don't mean to be a cynic here. It is called. Go ahead, pause it real quick. It is called. Yeah, you're about to get you know.
Super Chat Games.
It is called the Tarnished Edition, which I think is really. I know it's within
it's
lore.
an in-game term, but it is a funny word.
But using that
which
for a
literally
Switch
means
port,
like blemished or flawed.
Using that for the
guys, you're
port
gonna
really
love
funny.
the flawed version of Elden Ring. Trust me.
Okay, we can continue. I just wanted to make that.
I love Super Giant Game.
Oh yes, Hades 2.
Oh my Lord. Hades is one of the best games released in the last 20 years.
I actually streamed a lot of it myself on Twitch whenever I first played it.
This is great. And it plays so well on the Switch.
It does. And this is Hades 2, which cool. Like you can go up and down.
In the new features in Hades 2 and how they're developing it is really awesome.
Hades 2 is in early access currently. It is not fully released.
Yeah.
Now pause that.
But it like they're still adding new things, new storylines. I can't recommend those games enough, and they play so well on the Switch. It just is like such a great fit.
And we love Hades 2 so much, which is why it pains me to say Hades 2 will be a Nintendo Switch 2 console exclusive at launch.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
No.
Announced today, yes. So.
No! Why? That hurts. The early access is on PC.
It'll be on PC. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
It will be on PC. It's just it will not be released on all consoles at the same time.
Okay, that is very marginally better than I was like, no way they remove it from PC. Okay, that is still a wild move.
Oh, and Rec-05 says it's also for the Switch 1, apparently, on launch.
Really?
Yes.
That is fascinating, because like if you're developing a game and you have better hardware available, most people are like, oh, we're going to make our game on the best software. We're not going to make it work on the old stuff. So that's actually just a huge shout out to Supergiant, because that's extra time, extra development, extra funds. But after such success, it just seems wild to take it from every other console.
Yeah, and especially after we've already opened the gates from Hades 1 being on all the consoles.
Yeah, it was everywhere. And it won every Game of the Year award of that year.
So, like, I mean, I think it's a misstep. However, we'll just move forward and we'll keep watching.
Lordy.
More third-party stuff.
Yeah, Capcom.
Oh,
okay.
Bringing in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
which is not surprising and very much. I think that's something that people could have expected.
It makes a lot of sense on the Switch. These games always have. Great with friends, great on a TV, great for a long flight.
I'm not personally a Street Fighter fan, but I see that I know that there's an audience for it. Right?
I like the genre.
And they're having amiibos as well. Which
that is cool. I like the genre. It's not something I'm like. Oh.
All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with Spawn.
Just
Commencing launch. After 2 long wars where our freedom
Interesting.
There's a lot of exposition happening that I think I'd understand if I knew what this.
Yeah, I'm like, what
franchise
is
was.
happening?
New arsenal, new equipment.
It looks cool. Oh no, I actually do know this.
Oh really?
Not specifically this, but I've heard a lot of wonderful things. I've heard it's got some very interesting gameplay, and it seems like it'd be a good fit for Switch 2. Huh. You're right. There's so much exposition happening.
There's so much happening.
I don't know how well you can hear it, but they're literally being like, "We can stop you," and then we're like, "Bro, we don't know who you're talking about."
I don't know anything about this franchise. But hey, he made It Takes Two, winner of the Game of the Year.
Like the best co-op games.
Yeah.
Constantly. Split Fiction is so cool.
I saw really good reviews for Split Fiction.
It's so good. It's like you can play it with people that aren't, like that don't typically game, but it's also great to play with people who game. Like friends of mine play it with their partners that never play. It's just like great. I wish they'd spent more time on it. I love Split Fiction. It's like, oh wow, everyone's surprised that we have another one. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Good stuff.
Yes, 100%.
Good things.
I mean, cool third-party stuff. They're adding Hogwarts Legacy.
But he was already on Switch 1.
Is it really?
Yeah. My sister plays it on her Switch 1.
I'm sure it's enhanced.
I guess I heard the optimization was not great.
Okay.
Like it runs fine, but the loading times were a little bit atrocious, and that there's some like horrible frame drops.
Rec 05 says that it does work better now.
Okay, maybe they've put in patches, which is super
This is something
common.
I'm excited for. Hold on.
Hey!
The 3 and 4 remake is very exciting. I loved the 1 and 2 remake. I was not old enough to play. I'm not old enough to have played the originals, which is going to hurt a lot of hearts in this chat. But I was not old enough to play them. I don't think that I was. I think I was still playing with Transformers whenever these games.
I can't blame you.
Were popular, so.
Okay, yeah, this is good. I mean,
SpongeBob, I guess.
Classic Tony Hawk SpongeBob crossover.
Yes, as you'd expect.
These are all good things. I mean,
now this I'm very excited about.
Oh.
I have played through every Hitman game. I am a huge Hitman fan.
Because there's some Hitman on Switch.
Yeah.
I've heard not great ports.
It's a very it's a very fun sandbox video game. I honestly would call it a sandbox. Even like I think that
they're just saying they're porting their.
Hold on.
Bring another familiar agent to the platform.
Almost more historic than the Hitman franchise itself. More historic, guaranteed more historic than the Hitman franchise.
It's hard not to recognize that music.
Exactly. We already knew about Project 007, but now it is confirmed that it will be coming to Switch 2, which means that we may have more info on it soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. It's been like just in the works for so long.
Yes. And this is the last one. We're cut for time, so you can go ahead and just pause it here. That's all. That is it. That is all we have for the third party section.
For the third party. Yeah. Again,
you seem kind of upset about something.
Well, no, I just was hoping for, as I have previously stated, humongous Hollow Knight fan. We've been waiting forever for a confirmation date or something, and there was a lot of hopes riding on the Direct, and I just didn't hear anything. So I was watching like, come on, even just a hint that you guys are still developing this game.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything. It's fine. I mean, I
get it.
I have lived with this burden of waiting for Silksong to come out for so many years. I can live another, 7 years before the game finally comes out. Yeah.
30
it's
years.
sad.
Well, I mean, you think it's going to come out, but it may not ever come out.
No, don't say that. Don't say it.
let's go ahead and we're not gonna play the video for the next one. I'm gonna just go ahead and steamroll through these because
so much.
There's so much stuff,
So
and we
much.
are running very close to our end time. So we're just gonna try to get through this as fast as possible.
Yeah.
There's upgrades coming to Switch One games.
Upgrades.
Yes, upgrades for Switch One games on the Switch 2. They will not be free. There are, I will say, however, the Breath of the Wild and the Tears of the Kingdom ones will be free for Nintendo Switch Online members.
Okay. So if you have friends and Gamechat, you'll also get the upgrades.
Yes, exactly. But for everything else, it is a paid upgrade package. Most of them will include I think the Kirby Star Allies one does come with the DLC.
Okay.
But
sure.
for your general, you'll just have general enhancements. Better frame rates,
Yeah.
better quality graphics.
Yeah, I love
the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom app has an app that from what I remember in the Direct has an
app.
Yeah, it is. It has like a Google Maps-esque function to it where you can use it to give you directions to the next Korok
Siri,
seeds.
find directions to local Koroks. What is that?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I may have activated people's Siris, and I apologize if I did.
Yeah. Also, Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime Beyond. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, I think is what it's fully called.
Yeah.
It's going to have mouse controls with the Joy-Con.
That's so freaky to me.
Yeah, we were going to have a video up, but it is hard to explain. From what I've seen or heard and read, you're supposed to use the buttons on the side of the Joy-Con to control jumping and stuff while you're using the mouse itself. It seems really weird. I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll see more about that later on.
That's so interesting.
Now there is something I do want to show you. There's a game called Dragon Drive. We have a trailer.
Dragon Drive?
I think it's the. Yeah, it's this one.
Dragon Drive.
Drag and Drive.
Drag and Drive.
Yes.
Sorry. No, this is genuine. I am reacting to these. I am along for the ride, just like you. All right. What do we have? Ah! Jump scare.
Yeah. So when I'm watching this live, I'm thinking this like a DJ game.
What?
But it really throws you into left field.
Oh my god. That I was so startled my contact shifted. What is this?
It looks awesome. It is wheelchair basketball essentially. With the Joy-Con control, like mouse controls and motion controls.
Why wheelchairs?
Why not wheelchairs?
I guess Nintendo's there's an underutilized market
There
in the
is.
wheelchair community.
Tell me you're not playing this game.
Of course I'm playing
Tell
it.
me you're not
I'm
booting
just
this
saying
game
it's
up.
weird. Of course it looks awesome. And I can imagine that I am going to ruin some friendships.
You can wave.
Oh, that
for
is
passes.
pretty awesome. And that wave means that I just ordered some McDoubles with my C key.
Now you're about to see something absolutely insane that I don't think you ever would have expected ever.
Are there team plays and stuff? No way! I swear I would have seen that in real life if that was a real thing.
I'll add while the thing plays. Moog just said that it is an accessibility game, and it has had a massive response on TikTok from those in wheelchairs.
That's awesome.
Yes, so
that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. It looks so fun.
I've never there are more accessibility games, very rarely, but I can't really remember something that was
that blatantly
right and even specific. There's ones that are super generic and hey, we're making a push, but making a specific this is for wheelchairs is actually very interesting.
Yes,
that's very neat.
Now moving forward, I'm gonna do a little small talk right here.
Yeah.
They are adding GameCube games to Nintendo Switch Online, but it will be exclusive for Switch 2. Which whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
It's annoying, but it's
whatever.
What's gonna happen. We're not gonna watch a video for that either. If you could just actually scroll through that for me, just so I can maybe say some games that are going to be shown. Yeah, Wind Waker.
Deltarunes. For those of you that love Undertale, Deltarune, there is confirmation that the next chapter of Deltarune 3 and the future ones are going to be on Switch.
Oh, yeah?
And they're going to have a flat price. So even though there's like 3 games coming up, you buy the game once for like, I think he said $20.
Oh, heck yeah.
And he's like, all future chapters are included. Toby Fox is just like great. The developer of that game is really friendly. He released the first 2 games for free because he felt bad because it was COVID.
All right, so we're gonna react to something that I want you to lead on. We did have Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment was announced.
Sure,
we're not gonna look at that today just for time constraints.
Right. And I'm sure it's probably nothing too different.
There was something announced called the Duskbloods, which I do want you to look at.
Duskbloods.
Because I think that this is something that you
Very
will
dramatic.
resonate with very heavily.
Okay. It looks like the Liza P opening shot. Oh, we got some cinematography.
I give you my blood.
Got some nice exposition. What type of game is this?
I don't know.
I
don't know what type of game is it.
Shut up. I know you know what it is.
I know.
Turn, O wheel.
That is some good voice acting.
And transport him to
Familiar almost.
of moonlight.
This
I am vibing
this
with the
kind of
act-
exposition.
Oh.
Very dusk.
This kind of exposition is almost familiar.
This is a fire trailer.
It is.
What is this? I'm so curious now. Oh, it's FromSoft! So it's a Souls-like. Okay. That is a gorgeous shot. This looks very like Bloodborne-y.
It
very
does.
almost. Liza P isn't FromSoft, but it looks like a Bloodborne Liza P child. We don't get Souls exclusives for Switch. This doesn't really happen. FromSoft developing an exclusive for Switch is that is the most Dark Souls character design I've ever seen in my life. He flies. They did not let me do that in Dark Souls Remastered. Yep. Oh,
Awesome
okay.
looking.
That is sick. That is so cool. Oh. This looks so cool. Oh, that's Bloodborne. Yes,
Yeah.
that is so Bloodborne-y. And Bloodborne is by many considered to be the best Souls-like of all time. That is a high compliment. Wow. Did he just...
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
That is... If I'd had a machine gun when I was fighting bosses in Elden Ring...
Oh, it looks so cool.
Oh, that is cool. And like it's very like gothic, but like in a almost like a baroque kind of like Renaissance way. But with industrial, like that's a very industrial. Oh my gosh.
Tears will flow for one.
This is so cool. That is very exciting. I mean, I'm a huge Souls-like fan. I'm playing Lies of P for the second time right now. Great Souls-like. But first of all, for the Switch exclusive is awesome. But that's really cool. That's something I'm looking forward to. You're making me consider getting a Switch too.
Yeah.
I'm so on the fence with everything going on.
That was slated for 2026, by the way.
2026?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not that far off.
So maybe I'll be rich by then. Maybe I'll be a millionaire.
Yeah, maybe you'll be able to afford the $1,300
I'm sure I'll
Nintendo
be
Switch
a
2.
millionaire by then.
No, okay, so we are running low on time.
Sure.
So we did have other stories planned today, but I think that we're gonna have to go ahead and start running to outro this so we can get to the next stream. But
are there any more third-party publishers or anything? I was hoping.
And well, I mean, that's it. That's it. That's all we have.
That's disappointing.
Wait,
I was hoping for.
What's this?
What's this?
What do you have for us?
Sorry, Jamie's got something.
Jamie got something. Go ahead.
Jamie's taking us for a ride. Let's see what's happening.
Let's see what's going on with.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Deltarune that you're talking about.
Hey!
Yeah, it's Toby Fox. Okay.
Jamie knows that I love Undertale and Deltarune. 1, 2. Oh, okay, 3, 4. 3, 4. Someone caught that. Yes. Chapters 3 and 4 are going to be included in the one package. Oh, I love. These games mean so much to me. I love, love, love them. Parallel story. Interesting.
Looks really good.
I can't recommend these games enough. They're not like... You're not looking for a AAA monstrosity of a game with these. There's so much personality in them. So much storytelling. It's super character driven. It is just... Yeah. If you're looking for something heartfelt, there is
that'll be on launch day.
Oh, that's awesome on launch. There's always something.
Got Randy Pitchford here.
Borderlands 4 on the Switch.
On the Switch, yeah.
Interesting. Great co-op game. I didn't love playing it by myself, but no, it is a good game though. It's just interesting.
We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm Dennis Shirk from
Civ 7.
We're releasing a Nintendo.
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna play on the Switch. I'm sorry.
I'm
barely gonna be able to run this on my computer.
The last Civ barely runs. Once you get into the late stage of Civ, it stalls.
And there's so much more stuff in this one, so I don't even know how it's possibly going to run.
Oh gosh. Are they adding social media in the later stages?
That'd be funny.
Spend 5 million power tokens to get TikTok unlocked for your country. I feel like maybe that's a curse. You curse another country with social media.
Yeah.
Bring down their productivity. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
NBA 2K as well.
Yeah, I imagine Jamie pulled this up just to show the Deltarune, which is great. I mean, it's something that means a lot to me. What is this?
Off they went armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a
Aw.
lack of preparation. Terrible at steering a raft.
Is it a 4-person co-op game? Or is it Oh, this looks fun. Just like a little survival something.
Yes.
You hop on with your friends.
Just a little.
Is it puzzles?
It's kind of reminds me of Grounded almost in a very basic sense.
Sure, something to play with your younger siblings.
Yeah.
Oh, to escape the island. So there is an objective. Survival. Oh, survival kids. Oh, that's cool. I like there being a little. Oh, dude, I love Enter the Gungeon. Fantastic game.
Here's the first look at
Second one.
Yeah.
Dodge countless bullets and aim.
That is heartwarming.
Yeah, I mean something I'm very excited for. For sure.
Enter the Gungeon. It's completely different art style.
Yeah, it is. It looks awesome.
This looks so hard.
Yeah.
That is really cool. That is very exciting.
What?
What is this? No, don't jump. No. Okay, they have gliders. They're all right. This is very neat. Yeah. Okay, cool art stuff. I genuinely love seeing the publisher information. It's just you learn about a lot of new things that you wouldn't typically, because I know I have my channels that I always check. I'm always looking for Metroidvanias, always looking for, your heavy-hitting Souls-likes. But, I wouldn't probably never have learned about this game.
Yeah,
Now
check that out.
Starseeker.
It's Astroneer.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an Astroneer.
Okay, that's and it's Devolver.
Yes.
My name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the
Is Cyberpunk gonna be on the Switch?
Yes.
That is actually awesome. I don't know how on earth they're gonna optimize it.
I don't know either.
I was like, they barely.
It's gotten a lot better.
I know, but they barely released it on PC correctly.
Yeah.
Do you remember how bad it was on launch?
I do. I do remember how bad it was on launch. I actually, if I can go back on my camera roll right now and see.
You took a step and cops would fall from the sky.
I have screen caps from the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter of the day countdowns, because every day they would release like a day 7, day 6, day 5, day 4.
Final Fantasy VII remake. That's awesome. Intergrade. I mean, this is nothing new.
Yeah.
But it's just cool that they're
bringing it over.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
my dad,
7 is like one of their most popular entries in the franchise of all time.
My dad has played this in its entirety, which is commendable because the game is so long.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of Final Fantasy VI, the Pixel remaster. So they are time-consuming games.
They're gonna do a little splash thing.
We'll
watch it. We'll watch it.
Sure. Hey,
more games.
That's cool. Path of the Goddess. Yeah, just. Yes! 2025! It's here! Oh my gosh! 2025! You saw that! Jamie, you saw that! Jamie, you saw that! Jamie, you saw that! It's 2025! It's here!
You're scaring me, Josh.
6 years!
Josh, you're scaring me.
It's 6 years! Oh my gosh, it's 6 years! 6 years and we haven't released it.
Jamie, cut it.
I saw that, Jamie, right? I saw that 6 years.
Jamie,
2025.
Josh, you need to calm down. This is live.
You saw it.
Josh, this is live.
You saw what I saw. You saw what I saw up there.
Josh, listen, come back. Hey, it's okay. I did see it. I saw it. Just come back. Finish the show off. Okay. It's okay. Hey.
If you couldn't tell, I'm moderately excited for Hollow Knight Silksong to come out in 2025, as it has just been confirmed. 6 years since they announced it. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's finally here. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, that's the highlight of my year. You probably had something to say about something else. It's Silksong time now.
Okay. Yes, sir.
No, oh, goodness. Literally, that is years of life that have been restored to me. Thank you, Jamie. You knew it was in there, didn't? Goodness gracious. So exciting. I'm sure every one of you jumped and screamed the exact way I did. Surely every single one of you. Oh, goodness.
Anyways, what a fantastic first live production of this.
Yes, I'm very happy.
We have gone a lot later than I intended. We had several stories actually left to go for.
About.
If you can you scroll down to that? I got to hit a couple of things before we get out of here.
There was so many things in the direct.
Just one more thing that I want to talk about, because we are done. There's no more stories. It's over. There we have I have an in-house section. If you could scroll down to that, please. I just want to get all this out. We are live now forever. Yep. We will be live on the Twitch. If you could type out actually in the chat, twitch.tv/OU Gaming Club.
It's where we're gonna.
That is where we'll be live from now on
in the future.
And it's gonna be posted. This episode will be posted tomorrow on the OU Gaming Club. So if you came in on the OU Gaming Club YouTube channel, so if you came in
a segment you missed,
late, just don't worry, it'll be right there.
It's all right. You'll be able to see us. It's okay.
Please again reach out.
Yes, comment.
We are so proud that this went off well. Yeah. And we love to hear your thoughts, hear what you think we could do better, what we did great. Even if you want to give us compliments, that's great. That's what y'all did last time.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
But don't do it too much because we might get a big head.
Do it as much as you want.
In-house events. On Thursday, we have a competitive Pokemon in-house at 6:30 p.m. in the venue. We also have a Valorant in-house on the same day at 7 p.m. And on Friday, we have, as always, Sooner Dojo, sponsored by McDonald's at 7 p.m. Please come out. We would love to see you guys. Okay, listen, last time it maybe wasn't great.
You're gonna pitch a new closing line?
I think I have an idea. So, guys, all right.
Let's hear it.
All right. I hope you enjoyed your time listening to the nerdy news you need to know about. I brought it to Oklahoma. I brought it to the stream for you guys. Please come check us out next time.
Please help us find a better closing. Please and thank you.
You don't like it?
We're gonna work on that.
Oh.
That's where you come in, the audience, to bring us the fresh ideas that'll help us give a great closing to this every single time.
Okay.
Thank you so much for tuning in. There's more content coming after this. You'll get lots of time to hang with Ray as they, get to interact with you guys in the community. So stay tuned for that. You got anything else to say?
Okay.
He does not. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back very soon.
Goodbye, guys.